It's time for the Pestrogen Podcast with your hosts, Jenny and Kandyce.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pestrogen Podcast. I am your co-host, Kandyce, and today we are doing How Do You Do It All? Because, goddamn, how do we do this all? Got my lovely co-host, Jenny, with me. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, girl, hey. Hey.
How was your week?
It was good. Very busy. Very long days. I'm struggling to keep it together with school and all the things. And, worked long hours. And then today, I actually went for the Fort Wayne, Indiana cheese meetup, and nobody came.
Oh, fun.
Except for Cheese Dad, which is Mr. Brad Harvey, overlord of PCHD, our favorite group.
Oh, yeah.
And Dan the Birdman came all the way from Missouri.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that awesome? Like,
Dan's awesome. I love that guy.
People local couldn't even make it, but Dan's like, I'm going to be there. So,
man, I wish I lived closer. I would have been there in a freaking heartbeat. My kids are older. I'd have been like, peace, figure out yourself, goodbye.
Exactly. And goes to show I'm never doing like a mass cheese thing in Fort Wayne, but we could totally do it in Indianapolis. And Dan was like, hey, I've come to see you guys so many times. You guys need to come to Missouri. So we should definitely plan like a weekend in Missouri, which is closer to you guys.
A little bit.
So a little bit, yeah. It's probably still.
We just need to plan like a weekend in like Reno or Vegas, because then it's really closer to me. I could drive there.
Right.
Especially to Reno.
Right. And it's a vacationing spot anyway. Yeah. So,
yeah, we'd have a blast.
Exactly.
Probably wouldn't remember a majority of it, but we'd have a blast.
We'd have a blast. All of us would leave married again.
To somebody. Like, I don't know.
What's my last name? I changed it to Pestrogen? What?
What?
Exactly. But we did the axe throwing and stuff. That was a lot of fun. I think all three of us ended up winning a round. So
awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I've always wanted to do axe throwing. One of my friends here, she does it. She's so freaking good. I'm just like, man, you got to teach me how to do that.
It is
she's
so
like,
much
just
fun.
This little teeny tiny thing, and I'm like, how do you do that?
Right. That's I sucked at doing it one-handed, and then when I finally did it two-handed, I started landing them.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm always afraid like it's just gonna bounce crazy and hit somebody in the face. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I saw the scared look on Cheese Dad's face when I went up to pull it out of the wood, because like I couldn't get it, and then I'd grab two hands and like put my foot on the wall and like, ah! And I turn around and Cheese Dad's just like, I totally
a big ass heave ho.
Yeah, I totally thought that was going in your skull, and I'm like, I got this. I climb shit for, all day long. It's fine,
right? That's what we do.
Exactly. So yes.
So yeah, you just said you're in college.
Yes.
What are you going for?
Public health.
If you don't mind telling us.
Yeah, public health. I was doing a business degree, and then when I started doing commercial pest control, and I got to follow behind the health inspector and stuff, I thought public health was really cool. So I do plan on staying in structural pest control commercially, and I think a public health degree will help me a lot with that. Yeah. So, yeah.
You can be their pest control and their health inspector.
Yeah.
You'll be like, hey, this sucks. Hire me.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm finishing up year one. So, still got a ways to go.
Oh, yeah. How many years is it?
4.
Oh, it's a 4-year degree?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, my oldest just finished her second term. She just had her finals last week.
Nice.
And she passed everything. She was so afraid. She was so nervous for finals. She was throwing up every day before school. But then she'd like pass every one of her finals with like an A. Not an A plus, but an A. And I'm going, what were you nervous about, kid? You know what you're doing.
Right.
And then we found out that the community college here is hopefully, fingers crossed, going to implement her vet tech program that she's after.
Oh.
So she won't have to move away.
That's awesome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, hell yeah, because they're supposed to implement it next fall, so it means she's only, quote-unquote, wasted a year with a transfer degree. But in Oregon, if kids go right out of high school into community college, they get, like, essentially a free 90 credit hours. So that's why she was like, oh, I'm just going to go right now. So she was going to get an Associates of Science transfer degree. Mm-hmm. So it's just general education, essentially. And then take it to, in Oregon, it was either Portland or Bend that had the vet tech programs. But through a very smart contact of mine that also goes to the college that my daughter is attending, said that they're going to implement a vet tech program. So I'm like, perfect.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah. Because I'm trying to get her through college without having to take out any loans. I will help her along the way. If we can do it with the Pell Grant and a little bit that we can help with, I'll be happy. I want her to get out of it with no loans. But her moving away will implement some sort of a loan. That's just how it's going to be. Especially in those two places. They're expensive.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's why I chose the college that I did. I did have to do a loan, but it's very small. So it's definitely payable. So that's good.
Yeah. See, when I took out my loans, it was loans for school and loans to help me live. So I took out probably way more than I should have.
Right.
So I'm still dealing with that. So I do have an associate's degree in medical assisting. And then I turned to pest control. So whatever. I can keep you alive or I can kill you. Pick one.
I love that. Well, you'll keep us alive, those who are doing the killing. So
yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Exactly.
And then my best friend has like every type of medical anything you can think of. So it helps having her around too. Because I'm like, hey, what's this?
Yeah. Can you take a look at my elbow?
All right, so you're in college, you're full-time commercial with Big Box, so that means more than 40 hours.
Yeah.
And you have 2 kids under, 10?
Under 10, yep, and 8 and 9.
How the hell do you do it all?
Yeah. A lot of caffeine and whiskey on the weekend, and that's just for the sanity. The rum. Exactly. There you
go.
The
bamboo rum that Jack and Brad from Tales from the Crawl Space love so much. You're welcome, gentlemen.
There you go. Yes. I think I tasted it in Cheese Talk, too, and it was delicious. Oh, no.
It was like
at
the very
the
last
bar.
one.
You got
Oh, yeah. We got shots for everybody. Oh, my God. Why did my light go all crazy?
Delicious.
There we go.
There you go. But, lots of caffeine and very little sleep and alcohol on the weekend.
Yes.
After the babies go to bed.
Yeah. I'm fortunate enough that mine are older. They're 15 and, well, let's see, today's 22nd, so in 5 days, 19.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So they pretty much fend for themselves. I haven't done super great with teaching Jude to be more independent. That's my bad. But it's like, he's my baby. I still want to do everything for him.
Yeah.
And then Kyra's in my ear going, seriously, Mom? He's 15. Why are you making his dinner? And I'm like, oh, you're very right. I'm sorry.
Oh.
And it's so hard to let it go, though. But it's so hard because it's like, he's driving now. And he's in high school. And I'm like, oh, it's my baby. It's hard.
Yeah. I get that. Aww.
But they're very capable of watching out for themselves. We've left them, like when we have to go to CEUs because they're never in town. We always have to, spend a weekend away. We leave them. They both have debit cards that we can, send money to, whatever. we leave them, and the house is always still standing when we come back, so
That's good.
I guess it's a win.
Right, yeah. But you are the Nord of family pest control. So not only do you have 2 children, yes, they're older, but you're running a household and a business and everything. How do you do it? And then Brandon was sick for a while, and you had to backpack everything for a little bit. So how do you do it all?
From about the last week or so of October all the way until about mid-December, maybe even into early January, I was pretty much running both of our routes. Some accounts did get skipped over. They got told exactly why, and they were like, that's fine, we're good. If we have any issue, we'll let you know. Sweet, that's all I'm asking. I just don't have the time. But yeah, and then it does help having kids that can come help me. Kyra is licensed to actually help, not just web building. But yeah, she worked with me yesterday, treated a whole building. It's only the second time she's ever treated, so she was still super nervous about it. We all know that feeling. She's like, can I do this? Can I do that? What if I do this? What if it does this? It's okay. So I gave her the general rule of thumb of, if you're unsure, don't treat. We can always treat it when I come around. We can't take the treatment away, though.
Yes.
I mean, technically you can, but that's a whole other situation.
Right.
But yeah, mine is essentially a whole lot of nicotine, which I'm trying to get off of the cigarette back to a vape. I'm trying. Hear me out.
Right.
And then I don't drink a whole lot. Like, I have some right now because, well, I'm hanging out with my girl.
Yay.
I gotta have a few drinks with her.
Cheers. Right.
Because, well, we can't do it face to face, so we have to do it this way.
Exactly.
And yeah, just very minimal sleep for the most part, and just knowing that I gotta get up and get it done. That's essentially what it is. It's what it's been since my kids were little, and I didn't have this. It's, you gotta get up and get it done. There's no ifs, ands, or buts to it.
Right. Pestrogen motto, get her done. Yeah, get her done. I was talking to a friend of mine. I call him my local hero, but he said something that I thought was super inspiring when it comes to the get her done motto there. But he said, like, if in a time where you're struggling through something, take a breath, stop, and take a knee if you have to recover some energy, but don't stop for too long. You have a mountain to climb, and when you're at the top standing next to the flag you've planted, you'll look back at your journey and be proud of yourself and your hard work. He said, true friends will be made along the way, and fake friends will be lost. It can be hard because sometimes you think the fake friends were true friends, but it's okay. You'll get through it. And when you're standing there at the end, you'll have solid people cheering you on. And I thought that was pretty awesome.
That's beautiful, because that's so true. Like, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have a true friend sitting right here next to me.
Exactly.
I know I could literally call you and be like, hey, this is what's going on. Help me. And you'd be like, gotcha, girl.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, even if it was just something not pest related, if it was just random, you know, this is the issue that I'm having, give me a hand, or I just need your ear, let me vent to you. You'd be for it. You'd be like, cool.
Yes.
Let 100%. It go, girl.
Yeah. And that's a benefit to being in 2025, where you don't have to settle for local fake people if you don't want to. You can dig out into the world and be like, hey. Yeah.
I have like one local friend that I've known for quite a while. Pest related though, absolutely not. Yeah. All the local pest people here hate me in proxy to hating Brandon. I have one dude that's probably in his 60s that just randomly shows up at my job sites. And you know how us women, we got that sixth sense on creep factor? Total creep. And it drives me insane. And every time he shows up, I'm just happen to always be on the phone with Brandon, and I'm like, hey, so-and-so is here. And he's like, I'll be right there, because he knows where I am. Yeah.
Right.
And he's always gone by the time Brandon gets here. Every time. He's like, I'll find him one of these days.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's insane. It drives me nuts that it's like every time I turn, well, not every time, but a lot of the times I turn around and he's there. I'm like, go away, creep.
Right?
Nobody wants you to be here. Like, why are you stalking me? Because he won't do it to Brandon. He's never shown up at one of Brandon's sites. He only shows up if he sees my car.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Okay, right?
Right? Not cool, bro.
Right. So we asked a bunch of people in all of our favorite groups and your own page on how they do it all. Because obviously there's no right answer to this. Absolutely not. Nothing is going to fit like a glove. But if you can pick and choose out of everybody's little stuff, you might find the perfect thing for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have some from Pestrogen Facebook group. We have some from PCHD. I had a couple of... Actually, I think I had one. Yeah, I had one message. You had a couple of messages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do we want to read some of these stories so we can get more of them out?
Yeah. Our Russell Gosweller of Dragonfly Pest
Management.
Okay.
I messed it up last time.
A guest on our last episode, which was amazing. If you haven't listened to it, definitely check it out. Let's see here. He said, I'll let you know when I figure it out. It's different now, as I can and do force myself to take breaks and schedule some me time. But back in the days of Donnie and Marie, it was a crapshoot. I would work all day, come home, and have enough time to eat and catch a nap before getting back up. Sundays were my days off, and I would try to cram in my personal things then. Burnout is very real, and my mental health suffered for it. Things I tried to do was take a couple vacation days or try to schedule a few days off every month. Force myself to have time with the kids, doing the family life, take care of the project list that's never stopped growing. But taking those days off would eat into how much money I would make. A big help to me then and now is having people to talk to during my route, especially if they understand what I'm going through. That helped me out so much more than I can say. Having that outlet, the brother sisterhood, made the days far more bearable and oftentimes enjoyable. And he said, amended to add to my earlier comment, I am having to alter how I look at this, as I am staring down the barrel of being a full-time single dad for several children. As it is now, I get home from work and decompress with dog Russell and zone out and maybe cook food. But now my steps are: listen to this episode to learn from mothers and single mothers how the hell they do it. 2, scheduling family time. And I live and die by spreadsheets and schedules. It's just easier for my brain to process. So I will need to schedule in everything to do: school, sports, school events, etc. And will force myself to decompress quicker when I get home and make myself physically and mentally and emotionally available to help with school, social needs, questions, and just to listen to them talk. I already got a dinner table to force everyone to have dinner as a family where we can eat, talk, and share with each other. I am also buying stock in several coffee companies, as I will be a caffeine whore. Is any of this going to work out for me? Ask me in a few months. So, wow.
I love Russell.
Me too.
He's like the genuine good guy. Like, physically appearance, you wouldn't think he would be, because he's like that big dude that you're probably like, but he's just a good dude. Like, being in, as you dubbed it over a year ago now, the council.
Yes.
He has just been the highlight of that damn group. He's always so much fun. He's never afraid to share anything good, bad, or anything in between. He's just a good dude, and I freaking love him to death. And if I ever make it down to Houston and not have, a plane that's leaving in 5 minutes, I'm totally going to freaking meet him and give him the biggest freaking hug in the world. Love
Yes.
him.
He's got such a big heart.
He does.
Such a big heart. Especially when it comes to women and children. Like,
Yes.
big time.
And he has done so many things. Like he'll not constantly talks about like it's overabundance, but he'll talk about like all the things he's done before pest control. And I'm just like, oh my God, when?
Right.
Because I don't see him as almost being 40, as he said in the last podcast.
Yeah.
I don't see him as that old. I'm like,
No.
when did you have time for this?
Right? You were a sailor? What? like
You worked in Wildland Firefighter? Huh? When?
That's great.
I love that guy. He's just an amazing guy. Like, I have no other words for it. He's just amazing. I freaking love him. He's a good dude.
Yes, and we'll have to follow up with him in a couple months, like he says, and see how all that's working out.
How's it going, buddy?
Especially the coffee whore.
Yeah. We all are, honey. It's okay. We're all coffee whores.
Exactly.
Let's see. I will read one from Pestrogen, our Facebook group.
Hey.
Are you female pest anything related? Come join us.
Get there.
So let's see. We'll do from Katerina Borgens. Sorry if I butchered your last name. So sorry. How do I do it? Working in the heat, I listen to Tales from the Crawl Space. Awesome.
Yes.
Or books or true crime. A double-wall insulated gallon jug, protein bars, salty snacks. When I have a long day, I get to pick out either a dinner or an ice cream to take home. I powder my pants and skivvies to combat swamp ass. Swamp ass is true.
Yeah, that's real.
At home, my husband and I divide the chores. We keep things light during the week so we aren't overwhelmed. Easy dinners are prepped over the weekend and warmed up. I drag my ass to the gym and work out during the week. Determination. I'm also always chasing the carrot. The carrot being, hey cat, if you balance all of this, you get to grill, make barbecue, bake or cook, that thing you've been obsessing over. If I do blank, then I get to do blank. I meal prep over the weekend, grill a big-ass batch of meat and veggies, then I make a big pot of rice, mix them, and I have a nice balanced lunch all week. Everybody should take that into account. These gas station foods.
Yeah.
Not good for us. We've got to stop.
Yes.
I always have hobbies on rotation to fight burnout. I garden, bake, cook, grill. I also love weightlifting, so I find ways to get those in each week if I have time. I make plans with friends too, if I have the energy for it. Man, she's got that all figured out, because I wish I had the energy to do half of that. Yeah. I'm like scrambling at the end of every night going, what the hell are we having for dinner?
Yeah.
Oh crap, I didn't take anything out. Oh God. Oh man.
I feel that. Yep.
Yes. Oh, I hate dinner. Like, I never thought I would hate food so much until in the past year.
Until you had to food. Right, until you had to prepare and then clean up after, and yes.
That's right. That's what Kyra's for. That's my dishes whore.
There you go.
Jude's my garbage whore. Like, get it out. Go do them. Go away.
Yes. Yes. That's like tonight, one of my neighbors comes to the door. I hear a knock at the door. I'm like, who the hell? I open it and she's like, hey, I don't have the kids for tonight, and, I really have nothing to do, and, would you want to go to the bar with me tonight? Just, have a girls' night? And I was just like, no.
I'm good.
No. I'm gonna stay in, and, like Katerina said, if I'll make plans with friends if I feel like it. It's just no. I mean, I drove to Fort Wayne today and did that earlier in the day, but I ain't gonna go bar hopping.
Yeah, she's your neighbor, but do you really know her? Are you super good friends with her?
Not super good friends, but I'm just too tired and old for them. Just
too old for this shit.
Just too tired and old, and I just ended up sitting down and painting instead, and.
That's a good way to decompress, though. I used to do that. Awesome. My friend got me into the rock painting for the longest time. I used to do that, and then she sent me really cool, super smooth rocks, right as I just kind of stopped caring about it.
Yeah.
So I still have them. I just haven't painted anything on them. Whoops.
There you go.
But it's like I would always compare mine to hers, and she's really artistic. I'll have to show you the cool pop that she made for Brandon. Yeah, she did one of those DIY ones, but she's super artistic, and it's like I'd always compare mine to hers, and I'm like, mine's not good enough.
Oh no! Oh, too cute.
Thank you for the submission, Katerina.
Yes, that was amazing.
But yes, I do like if I do blank, then I get to go do blank. So it's like the reward for doing what you have to do. You have to be the parent. You have to be the worker. You have to be whatever else that you are. But then you get to go do something fun because you did do what you had to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yes. I tried to do that with my kids when I'm like, okay, you have to do blah that you hate. And it's like, but then you get blah, you know?
Yeah. You go clean your bedroom. We can go on a nature walk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't always work, but...
Yeah, as I say, it doesn't work with my kids anymore. They're like, oh, yay, whoopee.
Right? How about let's not?
Yeah. I can usually get Jude to do his stuff if I tell him I'll take him to the lake in the summer.
Nice.
Because we have a lake that has like a huge dune. I mean, like it's slanted like this. And then the lake's right here. Like, I mean, it's huge. Like, him climbing up it takes him like a good 5 to 10 minutes to just get up it. And then we have a snow sled, because it never freaking snows here, but it works perfect in the sand. So he'll slide all the way down it, and if you hit it at the right spot, you'll actually go into the lake. And like every August, there's like this, I think that's a local guy that sets up like this whole slip and slide into the lake, like halfway up the dune, and then you just slide all the way into the lake. I've been meaning to take Jude. It just so happens that something is always going on. Like the first year that I realized it was there, like about 3 days before that, he got his tonsils taken out.
Oh shoot.
So he really wasn't up for doing anything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we are a tonsil-free family currently. None of us have tonsils anymore.
Really?
Not one of us.
Crap.
I got mine out at 17. Brandon got his out at 35-ish. Yeah.
I didn't know they still took him out that late. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, his was horrible. Like, he kept getting sore throats that would only get better on steroids. And then as soon as the steroid treatment was over, like, it sounded like he smoked like 6 packs of cigarettes a day for like 60 years.
Oh my God.
It was horrid. Yeah, and his ENT looked at it and was like, oh God, can you get surgery tomorrow? He's like, let me call my boss. This was prior to this company.
Right.
Kyra got hers out at, I think it was like 12. And I think Jude got his out at about 11 or 12. His weren't infected or anything, but he had really bad sleep apnea from it.
Oh, shit.
They did the at-home, like, monitor on his finger, and I walked by him because he was sleeping out on the couch. I walked by him, and I looked at the monitor, and his oxygen saturation was at 76.
Oh, God.
I shook him awake. Wake up!
Breathe! Please!
Yeah. So the same ENT that took Brandon's out also took Kyra's and Jude's out. So we trusted him to do our children as well, because he did a really good job with Brandon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. Crazy. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God we found a good one.
Right.
I have a really quick one from the council group again, from Rick Wilhite. Good God, I've had one too many shots tonight. I'm sorry. He said, dangerous amounts of caffeine and pure contempt for death or failure. I feel that in my soul.
Exactly.
You don't want to die and you don't want to fail either. And he has got this whole other situation. That's not my story to tell, so I won't. But poor guy. But man, he is trucking on through it, and he is getting that shit done. And I'm so proud of him for it.
Emily Dotson, she says, I get Scooter's coffee with 5 shots of espresso, and I pep talk myself saying I have bills to pay, and that's why I'm not a stay-at-home cat mom the whole way to work. I feel that. Yeah.
I'd probably be the stay-at-home dog mom, even though I have more cats than dogs.
Yep.
But
They
if I
need
could
more
have more
help.
dogs, I totally would.
Right.
But I have 2 big ones and a small one.
Right.
That's enough for my yard.
Yeah, and cats don't really fucking need us. They
My
feed
cats need
me.
to give them snacks. Anytime you walk by them, they're like, wow! You've had enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
Brandon usually walks by him and tells them, when you bring me a rodent, then you can have a snack.
Yep.
They still yet to do it, which is fine, because none of them like to kill them first. They just like to bring them in alive and let them go.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so then we have to get the terrier down here to come kill them.
Right.
Because she will. Oh, she will. Oh, she's fun. Then we had Trish Adams, along the same line, an obscene amount of caffeine and nicotine. Girl, I feel you. That is in my soul.
Yes.
Probably way too much nicotine than I should have. And like I said, I'm trying to cut it back. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I did it for a long time, and then I had way too much fun in Indianapolis, so I blame it on cheese stock. It's all your guys' fault.
Exactly. Yes. Hey, I'm no one to judge. I smoked for 10 years before I quit, so I totally get it.
Oh, yeah. I've smoked way longer than that. I started way too fucking young. But then being in Washington, where I had reservations right there, they never ID'd you. I was buying cartons of cigarettes at 16. As long as you were in a car, they didn't care.
Oh, wow.
Or they would say, how old are you? And you go, 18. Back when you could buy cigarettes at 18. And they'd go, good answer. And then hand you your cigarettes. Your $16 carton of cigarettes.
Oh, God.
Big difference from, $110.
Jeez. It's crazy. But speaking of all this caffeine, you know what holds a really nice coffee is one of the Tony Spangler tumblers. And mine says Cheese Bag Nation and has this beautiful lady on it. Mwah!
Mwah!
Yes.
Love her. Oh my God. I'm so happy she was at Cheese Talk.
Yeah. What's yours have on it?
Mine is custom. It is one of 2 out of a complete joke from Mr. Jack Starry. If you guys... Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
And he had said something in the council group about... Of course, he said penis on the TFTC. So... Being a little tipsy as I was like, oh my God, yay, I love penis. So Tony had to make an awesome Tumblr of us saying that. And then if you look really close, there is, let me get some of that light off of there. Mousezilla. It's our logo, just a little bit different, and it says Penis Patrol.
Penis Patrol.
Awesome details. Obviously AI generated because I don't look that damn good. But okay.
Yes, you do. Whatever. But we got this rubber bottom. Oh, crap. I don't know. I got a new urethral sounding rod today from my cheese dad, but it's in my purse. I
didn't bring mine over either. I almost did. And I was like, man, I won't need it because we haven't said anything about it before. But yes, they do come with a urethral sounding rod. Yes. So if you have Peronis, reach for Tony's. I won't finish it. I'm not copyright infringing anything.
I was about to say, you can tell we're huge TFTC fans. We're just
love them to death. You guys are awesome.
Yes, and they're live now. That's been a lot of fun.
It really has been.
Yeah, you guys have to catch them live. That's great. Let's see.
I don't think we could go live. We'd be like, huh? What?
Yeah, exactly. I'm good on all that. Yeah. But they were also on Pest Perspectives with our friend Sean Muller, and I haven't had a chance to listen to it because life has just been cray-cray. Like, Jack sent me the link 20 minutes before their episode. So I was like, oh, cool, the link. And then I went and listened to TFTC because they were live.
Yeah.
And, life. But I will listen to it. And
yes,
I have...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, they said they shouted us out, so...
Yes, that's what Brad and Jack both told me as well.
Yeah.
I was like the last 10 minutes of the live TFTC, so I didn't get to listen to it. So I will be listening to that Monday. And I will also listen to Pest Perspectives as well, because I have a very long day ahead of me on Monday, which is usually not too bad, but Brandon's going to be out of town doing an ant treatment. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So I will have a long day, but he will be back in town to help me at the end of it. But I will have stuff to listen to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Another thing to listen to is our buddy Marcus from License to Kill. He was on Coast to Coast, and I haven't had a chance to listen to that either. Told him I would, but what is,
it's life.
Exactly. This is the whole episode name is How Do You Do It All? I don't.
I don't. We just try to squeeze things in where we can't just...
Exactly. So one of these days this coming week, I'll get like a big factory or something I service, and I'll be able to press play and listen to all the things.
Yep. I have a mall that I service on Monday, and that's probably when I will listen to most of it. It's not a huge mall. It's not big city mall. It's strip mall, essentially. But it does have indoor stuff, but it's a small. It's a small. That's what we call it.
A small. I love that.
The owner's amazing. He's a good guy. But we do their service, and then I have a bunch of other stuff that's like literally across the street from it. Yeah. So we call it Mall Monday because it's all just the stuff around the mall. So it'll be from one location to the next, 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes if that, walk time to it. So yeah, I will have plenty of time to listen to all the podcasts that I have missed out on because I had no time.
Exactly. Yeah. Life's crazy.
It is. Okay, who else do we have here? Oh, I have one from Sam Laraway. Once again, sorry if I butcher your guys' last names. Also came in from Pestrogen. Said, biggest thing is a calendar with the Eisenhower matrix. Now, this one really got me. I've never heard of the Eisenhower matrix. Mm-hmm. List the most important to least and when it's due. Check it off when done. No phone 30 minutes before bed to focus on myself. When I'm home, I'm present with my family. Work can wait. Check your schedule for the week on Fridays and make sure you have everything you need. Keep your truck organized to grab and go. Hakuna Matata, my pesty besties. Also, caffeine and my ADHD meds help.
Felt.
Yes. We won't get into the ADHD meds for people who don't need them.
Right.
Bad years in high school. But sometimes I'm going, that would be really helpful right now. Brandon would kill me.
Yeah. Yep. I feel it.
So we're not doing that.
Yes.
But that's really cool. Yeah, I had to literally look up the Eisenhower matrix. I've never heard of that. But that's pretty cool.
I think I have, but I could definitely use utilizing it.
I will get myself super organized for a week. Mm-hmm. And then it just falls to the wayside. Yeah. And I'm like, that was too much work to try to make it work, so never mind. Yeah. I have a whole whiteboard in my kitchen that was supposed to be for, dinners for the week, because the kids always, what's for dinner? What's for dinner? Look at the board. Yeah. Now it just has random things written on it for when people call us, like, oh, we need your help. This is our address. Here's my name. And I'm like, scribble really fast. Yeah. That's what's on it. Yep. I haven't had a dinner idea on that thing in probably 6 months.
I feel that.
I even have a weekly one, right here next to me, that was for Jude when he was in charter school, to keep him organized for what assignments to do on what days. And now that he's not in charter school, he's back in a public school, which, okay, we won't get into that either. Mm-hmm. But it just sits here. There's nothing on it. I'm going, oh, whatever.
We tried.
We tried. I really do try, and it always ends up failing me because I just can't keep up with it. Right. I will be honest, I cannot keep up with it. I failed miserably at being organized.
I try, but yeah, I feel it. That's why I like, I've been seeing a doctor for weight loss since October of last year, and I like the way that she's doing things with me where she's integrating a new habit or whatever slowly. So I am losing weight since October of last year, but I'm doing it slowly, and I'm like incorporating habits over a long period of time. Whereas like, I could have went to the doctor and like got, just did some crazy fad diet or something, dropped a bunch of weight in a month, but then I'm going to add it back. So I think that helps with a lot of organization and habit building and stuff. It's just doing it over time.
Yeah, those little small changes. Because trying to make that big, huge change that completely disrupts what you're used to, never holds out, ever.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I've never been one to write stuff down in calendars or, as Russell said, on spreadsheets or anything like that, and then you go and try to do it all, you're going to do it for a little bit. You will.
Yeah.
But you'll stop. I am proof of that. Being my own business owner, I have to keep track of my deductions for my business. I have a spreadsheet from last year because I got a little scanner thing I can use with my laptop, scanning in receipts and stuff, and they put them on there. It can recognize like the store and how much and yada yada. I can alter it as needed. I did that for January and February.
Yeah. Yep.
And then when taxes came this year, I'm going, fuck. I wish I would have finished doing that because it was super helpful for those 2 months. And then after that, I'm going,
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I really kick myself in the ass every tax year. Or every tax season, I guess.
Season, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I would have just stuck to it. But it's like you were saying, it's those big changes are hard to do, but the little small ones, just tiny alters to what you've been doing, will stick with it because it's just a small little change. And then you add a little bit more and a little bit more. And it does help.
Yep. Definitely. Swan, am I saying that right? Swan? Yeah. Right.
I think so.
Lehman is actually going to be our guest next week for Pestrogen Podcast. Yep. I won't release the topic yet, but she is amazing. I love her so much. We go back quite a bit, but she said the trick is it's all an illusion. I am really not on top of everything at one time. The responsibility shifts based on need. The kids need something extra this week. The parents need some help this week. Selling new clients this week. Filling in extra jobs. My needs often take a back seat, and I tell myself this won't last forever. Yet it doesn't seem to slow down. My New Year resolution this year was better self-care. I am trying to take a moment once a month to do something that feeds me or scheduling my own maintenance appointments. I drink a ton of coffee to help get through the day and occasional alcohol to unwind, especially after a tough one. I have done meal prep at times, and that works well when I can carve the time to do it. I take my regular vitamins and immune boosters. I remind myself each day is a blessing, and sometimes I live minute by minute when day by day is too long. There's no right or wrong. It just is. I love that.
That is perfect because it's just proof that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. She can meal prep some weeks, other weeks she can't. And it doesn't mean that you failed at anything. It's just it didn't work out this week. So it's literally what we all have to remember for any aspect of our life is it's not always picture perfect, unfortunately. Right. Obviously, having that person or, being able to meal prep all the time or being able to constantly have the perfect schedule where you're home at exactly, X time every day. We can try. Even me being the business owner, I can make my own schedule. But sometimes I get home at 5 o'clock instead of, 3 to pick up my son from school. And I'm freaking out on who's going to pick him up. And he's always, Mom, it's okay. I can just walk. We're like a mile from the school. It's no big deal.
Right.
But it's like, I want somebody there to get him. Me, Brandon, even Kyra, because, she can drive and she has her own car. But it's like, it doesn't always work. And sometimes it does. And when it does, yay. When it doesn't, don't beat yourself up over it.
Right.
Don't do it. It doesn't help.
Yes. Agreed.
Okay, let's see. We have Amber Allen Consolino. I know I'm going to butcher
so.
that. Consolino. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I just lost it. There it is. Okay. So I would say how I do it all is purely just having my own little village. If I didn't have my own village of, I wonder how they do it all, women and men, I couldn't do what I do. And to keep an eye, keep on going even when you don't want to. When you have so many people depending on you, failure just isn't an option. You can't have excuses or to not push forward. Cry in the bathroom, curse the whole way, eat some chocolate ice cream, or scream your favorite song in your truck, but you cannot give up. Girl, I can't tell you how many times I have screamed out so many different songs that they just make you feel good afterwards. You're like, yeah, that's what I needed.
Yes.
Or cursing in your car when you're driving to the next person. Hi, how are you? How's everything going?
And not to beat this dead horse, but that's why I hate companies that put the face-facing cams in at people, because I feel like it's such an infiltration of that moment that humans sometimes need. Like
we all need it.
Yeah, like I need to be able to go from point A to point B, and sometimes I need to cuss the whole way there. And having a camera in my face doesn't feel good in that moment. It's a very vulnerable moment. Yes. So not beating that horse, but
and I can tell you now, I will never, ever, 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 ever have a front-facing or the driver-facing cameras. Even when I hire employees that aren't my own children, I will have dash cams because they are handy to have.
I have that in my
driver-facing, me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely the fuck not. I will not do that. And obviously, even the outward facings, they can still pick up audio. That's neither here nor there. I don't care. Have your screaming fest. You need it. I'd rather you have it in your car or your truck or whatever than to have it at your next client that has no business knowing what the hell happened with the previous client or the 3 before that, because you're still so pissed off about it because you didn't have that time to vent it out.
Right.
It is. Like you said, it's a very intimate moment that you don't need upper management going, well, why were you saying that? Because I needed to. You will deal with these people sometimes.
Exactly. We don't need them watching us pick our noses. So.
No. Brandon used to get by with that with, I was drying my hat off on my rearview mirror.
Right.
Because then it blocked the camera.
Yeah.
And I was so pissed off at him.
Yep. That's what...
My hat was wet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what our... some text did at our old Donnie and Marie that had the face-facing cameras or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was so short that I always felt like it wasn't even looking at me anyway. So yeah, it's like looking at the headrest and my... perks.
Okay.
It's one of the perks.
Completely off topic.
Yeah.
How tall are you again?
4'9".
Okay. Now, Jude is, like I said, he's just starting to learn to drive. He's like, I think he's like 5'3" the last time I measured him. And he's like, I'm too short to drive. And I literally had to use you as an example. I'm like, listen. Because he's driving my Subaru. Yeah. I'm like, Jenny is in a whole ass truck and can get this done. You can drive this. Because my seat's completely adjustable, up, down, and then I have the telescopic wheel that pulls forward and up and down. And I was like, just adjust it how you need it.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. He was like, I'm too short to drive. I'm like, no, you're not, buddy.
And in certain vehicles, I have to adjust myself to where I'm sitting so close to the wheel that I wonder if it's safe, because like if the airbag did deploy, I'd probably be sitting way too close to it. But the one accident I did get into was on the passenger side. It was like the passenger side front wheel where the person hit me because I was turning left. And the airbags only deployed on that side of the vehicle, like across the windows and stuff. That's so good. I don't know if I'm safe still. But
Yeah, I remember when you sent those pictures, everybody was just like, whoa, our
Yeah.
Jenny, no!
I mean, if it's bad enough that the airbags deploy, that's usually pretty high impact. So,
Yeah,
but
'cause don't those deploy at like 80 miles an hour?
I don't know.
It's
But
something like that. That's what I've
yeah,
read. If
yeah,
it's true or not, I don't know.
right.
But yeah, they come at you at like 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. So that's one thing I would mention with getting him in there is I always wonder, like, man, am I going to get like decapitated or like whiplash from the freaking? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think the only one we have left is Kevin Wilhite.
Yeah.
I think we got everybody else's. Do you want to read his?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is he? Right there. So Kevin said, keeping it together is basically impossible in this line of work as an owner. So what I have had to really teach myself is how to take losses and be okay about it. As long as this text is smaller. It is because I have no choice. For example, I've been faced with decisions about family versus work obligations, and I've had to take those client losses. It is extremely difficult because most of us owners are extremely type A and competitive type people, so losing or giving up on something is not something that comes very naturally for us. However, sometimes you have to make those tough decisions and be okay with them in order to keep it together on some basic level. So if you were to ask me again, how do I keep it together? It's by pushing down my perfectionist tendencies and understanding that I'm not going to get everything right and that it's okay to make mistakes every once in a while as long as they're in the pursuit of honest work. I love that.
I love it too.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing pictures of him with his kiddos, just warms my heart. They just love him.
Yeah.
Like his boy that didn't finish his work, so he woke him up at like 5 a.m. I was like, yeah, now you get to finish your work. That's what happens when you don't do your work and you lie to dad.
Yep, exactly. One of my other buddies did that, but stayed up late. He was like, "Fuck around, find out."
Exactly.
Yep.
That's. I've had to do it with my kids too.
Mm-hmm.
Jude will come home and he's, oh yeah, I don't have any schoolwork, and then I'll actually, because I can see what he has, and it'll be like 7 o'clock, and I'm like, hey, you have this, that, and the other to do. Get it done. Yeah. So now you get to stay up and do it, and if I hear you playing any video games,
Nope.
Yep. And then, when 6:30 rolls around the next morning, and he's like, I'm so tired. Well, that's your fault, bud.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you. It's your fault.
Yep.
I've never really had that problem with Kyra. She's always been very on top of homework because I think she has that fear of failing.
Yeah.
So she's
good.
Wants to make sure everything that she could do, she did do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, well, I just won't turn in this assignment. That's fine. But it's like, you can literally, my kids are the perfect proof. You can literally raise kids in the exact same environment with the exact same parents and the exact same rules, and they're completely different people.
Yep.
Completely different. My kids are the polar opposites. If they didn't look alike, you would never think they were even related.
Oh.
At all.
That's hilarious.
Kyra grew really fast. She's, I think, 5'8" or 5'9" when she actually stands upright.
Yeah.
She's got that teenage slump.
Yeah.
But yeah, when she stands up taller and correct, she's actually taller than Brandon. And he's 5'8", so.
Yeah.
But Jude's getting there, but he's 15 and 5'3".
Yeah.
He's like, I'm never going to grow. I'm like, you'll be fine. You'll grow. I promise. I'm hoping he gets height from my side on the men's side because they're all relatively close to 6 feet. My dad's 6 something. My brother's 5'11". Once again, if he stood up straight, I bet he would be 6 foot.
Right.
But all of Jude's friends have outgrown him, and he hates it. I'm like, you're fine, bro. The little dude is always the fun dude. It's okay.
Yeah, they ain't nothing wrong with being short.
Exactly. And
Exactly.
yes, we do use you as an example all the time.
Good.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad my shortness comes in handy for
Well, 'cause
someone.
he plans on joining us when he's of age to do so, but he
That's
always has
awesome.
that, well, I'm too short to do this. And I'm like, here's my example for you, sweetheart.
Right.
She is shorter than you and still kicking ass at all of this, so you have no excuse anymore. Kung Fu Panda pest control.
Yeah. When I go into a bathroom, a men's bathroom of like a restaurant or something, and it's usually in the morning, so there's not anybody there anyway. I always go in it and I say maintenance or whatever, and then when I turn the corner, I'll always say, I know karate and I'll use it. I don't know, but yeah.
But like, it makes me think I have one rodents only account that the people are never there. It's like a company's house that, like, when they have workers over in this area, they let them stay there.
Okay.
Super cool.
That is
But
cool.
people are like never there. So they have the lockbox on the door. So I always knock on the door first. Don't hear anything. I unlock the lockbox, get the key out, unlock the door, pop the door open. Pest control! And I wait. I don't hear anything, so I close the door, and it's like the laundry room right there. So I walk to the edge of the laundry room to the house, and I go, pest control! Never hear anything. Go about my business.
Yeah.
One freaking time, I knock on the door, nothing. I go in, still nothing. I get to the edge there, and this dog comes walking up, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Oh.
I'm like, how are you? And he's barking, but it's like not that aggressive bark.
Yeah.
No hair standing up, tails wagging. So I'm like, hi, buddy, how are you? I have no fear of dogs. I probably should have a little bit, but I don't. And then this guy comes around the corner, and I'm like, oh, hi.
Ah.
But like the second time I said pest control, I was like, pest control! Like all weird. Because I'm like, nobody's ever here, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, hi, I'm so sorry to just barge in. He's like, let me guess, are you pest control? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, here's the deal. I'm like, I usually don't do that, but nobody's ever here. He's like, yeah, I just wasn't feeling it today, so I stayed home. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's great.
He's like, so just do what you need to do. Do I need to lock the dog up? And I'm like, no, I mean, as long as he ain't going to eat me, I'm okay. He can wander around.
That's so cute.
That's always our thing. People are like, oh, do I need to lock my dog up? Well, if they ain't going to eat me, I don't give a shit.
Right.
Like, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I stopped saying it funny after that. I just always pest control.
Yep. One day I'm going to be like, I know karate and I'll use it. And somebody will be like, ah!
Yeah, they're going to jump around the corner and be like, oh.
Right, and they'll actually know karate.
They'll be like swinging above your head.
Right.
And then that's when you just drop down and because you said it's the men's bathroom, so you're
it is. Yeah, it's always the men's bathroom. And then I'll turn into like a Jack Black version of a short female trying to pretend they know karate. Exactly. Okay, so next week I already spilled the beans on Swan. That's going to be awesome.
Yes. She is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the submission, Sue-Ann.
Yes, that was amazing.
I thank everybody for their submissions. It really does help us out. And once again, obviously, nobody's how they do it is going to work for anybody else because everybody's situation is different, whether your work life, your home life, anything in between. Everybody's situation is different. Yeah. But if any of it, pull out those little pieces of, oh yeah, I should meal prep, or oh yeah, I should do a calendar, or oh, I should really start making more time for myself. Those little bits, if it, even that one suggestion made you go, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and especially with busy season, I keep wanting to say like on its way, but no, it's here. It's here. I'm getting aunt calls. Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 3 of them Friday afternoon. I'm going, oh, you can wait till Monday.
Yeah.
I'm off of work. It's not 5, but I'm off of work. You can wait till Monday.
Yeah. It's here. So for us to do this topic for busy season being here, I'm thankful because it's going to be a rough one.
Yes. And just remember, you know what the hell you're doing, whether they realize it or not. You know what you're doing. Yeah. Education is key. Stick to your guns. Do what you do.
Right. Yes.
And I'm still technically pretty new at this. I've only had my applicator's license for just about a year. Mm-hmm. I worked prior to that, obviously. Right. But, oh my God. Some people, I'm just like, shut up. Just let it work. Especially with ants. Ants around here. We had a horrible flood last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. And it's been raining nonstop since then. So everybody's, we have ants. Yes. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a whole thing this week. And some places have been treated and we still have ants. Yeah. They don't just go away. You have to give it time. Yeah. We always tell them, give it 2 weeks. Most of the time it's quicker than 2 weeks, but we do have those random cases where it takes a little bit longer. Yeah. So we just, rule of thumb, 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. Yeah. If you're still seeing them in a heavy amount after 2 weeks, then you can let me know. But no, some people want to wait 6 days. There's still ants. Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah.
I know there are.
Right. I told you it'd take 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks and 6 days are literally not the same thing, honey.
No. Definitely not.
No.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and I hope something that was said helps you handle it all, too, because I know it helped me.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And everybody in PCHD and in Pestrogen and whatever other pest control group you might be in, any of them, they will have ideas. They're there. Just vent to them for the most part. They will get you. You're going to have your snide comments and the why can't you do it people. Don't listen to them. If you need to vent it out to people who actually understand, pick one of your local Facebook group pest control people, not local Facebook groups, but your pest control groups. And just, oh my God, this is what's going on. Please, somebody just listen to me.
Right.
It will help. I swear to God, it will help. Just pick one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't bottle it up. That won't help.
No. And yeah, there's, like you said, there's assholes that are like, wow, you're dumb or whatever. But for the most part,
do all of this.
Right. For the most part, there, especially ladies, for Pestrogen, always a 1,000,000% safe place to talk anything you need.
Yes.
But even PCHD and stuff, which is a humor group, you know, the mod team works really hard to make sure that the number 3 rule, don't be a douchebag, is followed.
Yes.
So.
And humor is relative.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But no, we have lots of non-humorous posts in there, and you're always going to have that's a brown recluse, and it's all in good fun, as long as you understand that it is a humor group and it's going to happen. But you will get your genuine answers. You will get your genuine sympathy for I don't understand how I'm supposed to do all of this. Mm-hmm. You will get it in there. You really will. For the rest of the groups, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
I'm in them, but I'm in them. That's about it. Mm-hmm. But Pestrogen, PCHD, those are your go-tos for when you need advice on anything. Life, pest control, which alcohol to drink.
Yeah, we got
Sorry,
you there.
My camera keeps shaking. My dog is hitting my table. Go away.
All right.
On behalf of Pestrogen Podcast and the Pestrogen Facebook group, I am your co-host, Kandyce, along with my other lovely co-host, Jenny. And we wish you goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening.
Mwah.
Mwah.